So what is the road ahead in India's vaccination map? Joining me now is India's leading virologist. I'm joined by Dr. Gagangdeep Kang. Appreciate your joining us as always, ma'am. The big question that's being asked before I come to the vaccine policy is whether we are really now on the verge of a second coronavirus wave. The 7-day rolling average of daily COVID cases has now risen for the 9th consecutive day. First time that's happened since September. Is there a fear of a potential second coronavirus wave that you see?
I think one of the reasons that we have a 7-day average, and this is something that is used around the world, is really to be able to remove some of the noise that happens in testing when you rely only on the number of cases to tell you what's going on. So sometimes, as you know, we test less on some days and more on others. Usually, if you see a pattern persisting over a couple of weeks, that tells you that you have something to worry about. At this time, we have about little over a week where cases have continued to climb. The trajectory does not seem to be too bad at this time, but I'd wait another 5 or 6 days before making a call on whether it's getting worse for the country as a whole. But every pandemic is made up of a lot of little epidemics that are happening in different parts of the country, and we know that numbers are climbing more in some parts while they are stable in others.
Are we seeing then, in your view, a more localized surge? Kerala and Maharashtra, for example, account for almost 75% of the active cases. Even in Maharashtra, parts of Vidarbha, suburban Mumbai seem to be the most affected. Are we seeing a new COVID strain in some of these parts, or is that also too early to say at this stage?
It is a distinct possibility. We have an announcement from Dr. Vinod Paul and Dr. Balram Bhargav that indicate that this is not, at least the sequencing data that has been provided so far does not indicate that these are driving the increase in cases. However, I think in terms of sequence data, there is a lot that needs to be done in terms of analysis of not just the sequence data, but also the epidemiological and the clinical information before we can come to a firm conclusion either way, that these are distinct strains driving the increase or not.